I got caught the other night. We were talking at the church council about the Sunday school teachers appreciation breakfast we have here at Trinity, and I made the comment that I didn't know that that was an event sponsored by the church council. And the lady who hosted it and sent out the email said, "Well, you should have known. It was in my email. You got my email." Ah, you didn't read my email. Yeah, I got caught. See, I will often skim an email to pick up the details. But that sometimes gets me in trouble because I miss important details when I do that. Well, you can tell when somebody pays attention to details, can't you? They're well groomed. Their emails don't have spelling mistakes. When you send them an email, they respond appropriately. They respond soon, not later. They pick up after themselves. They do their homework on things. Their desk is clean and organized. I won't show you mine. Oh, they when they talk to you, they really pay attention, and they learn things about you, and they get to know you, and they remember things that other people don't remember. They remember your name. They remember things you told them. They remember what you were wearing. Yeah, when they host you at their homes, they make sure that your needs are taken care of. They pay attention to details. Well, you know, that's what Jesus is telling us about himself. He says, "I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep." He pays attention to details. He knows all there is to know about us. He knew us before we were born. While we were still in our mother's wombs, his eyes, the psalmist said, saw our unformed bodies. Isaiah describes his attention to detail, to talking about all the stars in the heaven. He says he brings out the starry host one by one and calls them each by name. And because of his mighty power, not one of them is missing. And for you and me, well, he knows each of us by name. Are not two sparrows sold for a penny, Jesus asked? And not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father? And the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear not, therefore, for you are of more value than many sparrows. After all, this shepherd who pays attention to every detail in your life, he listens to every prayer you offer. He knows you. He knows your need. And to meet your needs, especially your need for eternity, he offered up his life on the cross. And then he rose again that you might live with him forever. He pays attention to detail. He pays attention to you and to me. And we know this, don't we? You can tell. That's the second part of what Jesus says here. My sheep know me. That's why you and I trust him. You know, I saw a living illustration of this when I was on vicarage way back in the 80s. We went out to eat at the Kirshner family home on Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon after church. And the father, Ken Kirshner, got a call that one of his cows was out of the pasture, standing in the middle of the road. And he said, "Vicar, come with me. Let's get my cow back to the pasture." So I went with him. And sure enough, the cow was out. But you know, no matter what we tried, the cow wouldn't cooperate. She wouldn't do anything we wanted. She did the opposite. Finally, Ken said, "Vicar, why don't you walk down the road a piece?" So I did. As soon as I got far enough away, that cow did whatever Ken wanted. Why? Because it knew Ken. It knew it fed him, took care of him, called the vet when he needed it, knew that he pulled her calves when she was giving birth. That cow knew Ken. She didn't know me. Well, we know Jesus. We know him because we've talked to him in prayer. We know him because we've listened to him in his word, in worship, and in Bible class, and in our daily Bible readings. And if you don't know him, that's how you get to know him. That's how you get to recognize your voice. And we've experienced his care in good times and in hard times, and his blessing. He's comforted us when we're grieving. He's listened to our prayers and answered them, sometimes not in the way that we thought he should, but he's answered those prayers. When we need to be encouraged, he's right there. You know, just before I left Flower Mound, one of our young mothers in the congregation was diagnosed with cancer. And I remember one day in the middle of her treatments going to visit with her at her home, and she had been very discouraged, but she told me this story. She said, you know, the other day I just needed to get out of the house. And I went for the first ice cream since I started chemo. And while I was there, this man that I didn't know came up and talked to me. And he said, you have cancer, don't you? And I looked at him, I said, how did you know? And he said, well, my wife has cancer, I could tell. Well, the two of them sat and talked together for quite a while, I guess. And this young mother said to me, you know, Pastor, that man was exactly the person I needed to meet today, exactly the person I needed to talk to. He knew exactly what I was going through. I know God sent him to me to lift me up, to encourage me. See, those little events in life are how we know that we can trust Jesus. Our shepherd pays attention to details. He pays attention to you and me. He said it. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Amen.